Hi and welcome. My name is Chef Julio and today we're making sofrito. In making sofrito, what you want to do is use a lot of garlic, some recao. This is called cilantro. We have pepper and onions. We're going to blend our sofrito. In many cases, you can just chop up the sofrito and add it directly to the beans that we're going to be producing, but we want to show you how to make it in a blender. We're going to cut the onion. We have some green pepper. You can also use a very small pepper called ajicito dulce or sweet peppers, but they're just not available in the market right now. I'm going to cut my cilantro. And we'll do the same with the recao. All of that into the blender. We're going to add our garlic, a small amount of olive oil, and water so that we can get all of this mixed together. Let's cover our blender, put it on low. After a few seconds of blending, this is what we have. It is our homemade sofrito, which we're going to use to put into our beans. The sofrito now you can put into a container and lock it, put it in the freezer. This will last quite a long time. You use the one that's out here, and in a month or so we'll be using the second one that we have available. Now that we've finished making the sofrito for the beans, we're going to make beans, and we have a fantastic selection of Goya beans here. We have gandules or pigeon peas, we have chickpeas, black beans, white beans, and pink beans. The most popular pink beans. We're going to do these three, the white, the pink, and the black. But I want to let you know that in case you don't want to do canned beans, you can do the dry beans. Just soak them overnight so that they soften. We're going to add chicken flavor. This is the powdered chicken flavoring, and we also have the sazon Goya with azafran, which will give us color when we're making our beans and our rice. In making the beans, you can always add flavoring by adding the cooking ham or jamón de cocinar or chorizo, the sausages. We're going to add also flavoring in the form of white potatoes or pumpkin, or both. The pumpkin will cook and it'll give the beans the sweetness that we want. In the spice area, we have salt, pepper, we have bay leaf, oregano, garlic, and we have a coloring called annatto or achote. We're also going to add some olives with capers, and of course we'll be using the sofrito that we already made. We're making beans now, and today we're going to start out by making white beans. We have about a cup and a half of water, and we're going to add the beans to the water. The second one is going to have black beans, and the third is going to have the pink beans. Each one of these products will get some tomato. The white beans we're going to add or pumpkin. The kidney beans we're going to, the pink beans we're going to add potatoes. They're all going to receive some sofrito, about a tablespoon. We're going to add the chorizo for flavoring to all of the three beans that we're preparing. the white beans, we're going to add the cooking ham. These 3 beans are going to get a small amount of olive oil, salt, pepper, bay leaves, small amount of garlic. Remember that the garlic is in the sofrito. A small amount of tomatoes. You're going to think that they're going to come out red. No, all of that will blend in to the beans. That's going to conclude our beginning of making the beans. We're going to turn these and allow them to cook for about 15-20 minutes, which will give the meat time to cook. And before you know it, we'll have beans. We have white rice that we're preparing for the cooking, and we're going to give it a wash. We have our water boiling for the rice. For this, we're going to add a small amount of salt for flavor. We're going to add a little bit of oil, cooking oil. Stops the rice from sticking. And here we're going to use our eyes to measure. And basically what you want is for the rice to be slightly under 3/4 to an inch under the water level. The second rice, the one with the sofrito, we're going to change its color, and we can do that by simply adding some sazon goya, or we can take some anato, which is one of the seeds, and we've taken this and we put it in oil, boiled it, and we get a reddish tint which can be used. Either one. That will give us a nice yellow rice. Isn't that pretty? This time what we want to do is simply lower the fire on the rice and cover. This is most important part right now, because if you don't do that, you're more than likely going to burn the rice or it'll come out dry. We're going to take and cover both rice at this time. As you could see, the beans are cooking away. Our red sauce black beans are now turning black. The white beans with the chorizo and them are coming along very nice. They also have some cooking ham in there. Our pink beans with chorizo and potatoes are also coming along very nice. These will be done in a matter of about 5-10 minutes. They'll be ready to go. At that same time, the rice will catch up. This will spend about 15 to 20 minutes in here. It'll absorb the liquid. We're going to turn that once. We're going to cover again. They'll be done. The beans are cooking away beautifully, but we need to add a little bit of cubito, which is the chicken flavoring, to really bring out that flavor of the beans. And we're going to give them a stir right now. And as you could see, the black beans, the sauce is black. And the white beans with the or pumpkin are nicely cooking away. The pink beans are also just about ready with the potatoes. We're going to take and we're going to add about a tablespoon and a half to 2 tablespoons of the olives. They're beautiful. The potatoes are just about done. You can tell because you can press them up against and cut them. The beans are almost done. They look well. The white beans, the black beans, our rice are cooking away. We're going to make one more rice now that we have room, and that's arroz con gandules, or rice with pigeon peas. The beans, as you can see, are almost finished, and what you can do is simply push some of the potatoes into the back part and squeeze it. This will do two things. It will give you the main thing, and that's a nice thick sauce. And would you believe, my rice is ready. Here we go with the white rice. That rice is nice and fluffy. And the next rice is the yellow rice. Let's give that a turn. As you can see, that's also beautifully done. The rice that we're making in the center here is arroz con gandules, and for that we need color. So we're going to add our olive oil with color. And to this I'm going to add just a small amount of the tomato base. That'll give us a nice rich color. We have our rice, and we'll put that in. And remember that the pigeon peas are already cooked. So what we want to do is, once that the rice has been absorbed, then we're going to add the pigeon peas. We'll do a stir and we'll cover for 5 more minutes. Our beans are done. We'll shut those off. And once the rice has been absorbed, we're going to add the pigeon peas. We'll have a fantastic product. We'll be finished. We have our rice con gandules. That's going to cook down. Once it's done, we'll add the gandules at the last 5 minutes. We have our beans, our white beans that are finished. Our pink beans are finished. Our black beans are just thickening. They'll be ready shortly. Our white rice is done. Our yellow rice is done. And soon we will have a fantastic arroz con gandules for you. Okay, here we go. We have this fantastic yellow rice with black beans and chorizo. Oh, I love this. And here we have white rice with pumpkin and chorizo. I love this too. Here we have arroz con gandules, pigeon peas with rice. And last but not least, my favorite, and that's white rice with pink beans. And we've added olives, and we added potatoes, and we added ham, and we probably threw a little chorizo in there. It doesn't matter. You can make all these wonderful dishes and just change them and create and have a wonderful time. You know, you're home, you're cooking, dazzle them with magic. Create arroz con habichuela. Don't forget, these recipes you can find, and many others, by checking out my videos on YouTube or going to Facebook, The Caribbean Chef, Chef Julio. Thank you.